After a night of rest and reprieve at Old Chug's, our merry band of misfits set off towards the town of Newborn, which is the last major town before attempting the mountain pass to Schleen. Upon reaching Newborn, we hold up in the Elmer Thorn. After a convo with the barkeep, we learned of a dwarf named Declan Thunderbrand, who may be able to guide us through the mountains. Trog did his thing and got our rooms at a long range, and even was able to score the kid a second shot at a hole. However, that's his fucked up tale. The next day, we searched about and found old Dick Lips at his general store and warehouse. The feisty little fucker agreed to take us to the village of Phandalin and even pay us a little to pull some guard duty. The dwarf told us all about the area, but he had a particularly hard dick for the mountains of the area. Allegedly, there was once the homes of great mines containing a plethora of gems and precious metals. Though the mines dried up years and years ago, the area had recently seen a renewed interest due to the increase in demand for raw materials caused by the ongoing war with the Empire. Dicklick also told us about his little brother Gundren, who, along with his human companion Sildar, were originally supposed to escort the wagon that we were going to be guarding. From what Declan told us, old Gundren was a bit of a treasure hunter, and was obsessed with an old mine that was lost to all but legends. Well, Gundren must have discovered something because he had come to the store ranting and raving about a big find, and then took off with Sildar in tow. After about a half day's travel up to Tribor Trail, we found the bodies of two horses that had clearly been killed in an ambush. Dickless identified the horses as belonging to his brother and his special friend. The big sweaty fuck moon was able to locate drag marks heading away from the horses. Before we were able to land on the decision of what we were going to do, 4 goblins attacked us out of nowhere. In our typical badass fashion, we took out 3 goblins lickety-split, followed by a little coercion. We go out and get some info out of the 4th goblin. Number 1. The group had attacked Grundle and Sidebar, taking them to the Ymeek cave. Grundle was taken to the goblin castle. The goblin was pretty fucking worthless, and the local warlord goblin fella might be able to tell us where the castle was. As a punishment for selling out his homies, I cut that rat bastard's tongue out and set him loose onto the world. The sweat master then took the shape of a pigeon and was able to locate the cave entrance. We followed Mooney to the said cave after agreeing to reunite Dick Leech and Grundle. If you ask me, we were wasting our fucking time, because that fucker's just dead. Those dumbass goblins tried their damnedest to trap the path to the cave. However, they didn't anticipate your boy. Upon reaching the entrance, we discovered 2 guards hiding behind the bush. Typical sneaky fucking goblins. Moving deeper into the cave, Mooney was able to calm an offshoot full of wolves. In this room, we discovered a small throughway leading to God knows where. Remember that tidbit. We continued deeper into the cave, but we were eventually spotted by a goblin who was patrolling on a hanging bridge. The goblin guard alerted a group of his buddies who tried the old itsy-bitsy spider defense. Pushing forward, the party dispatched a large group of goblins, only stopping when one threatened to kill an unconscious human, Sildar. In exchange for Sildar, we agreed to kill Klarg, the goblin warlord. Deeper still in the cave, the party caught Klarg and his men and his pet wolf. By surprise, with some awesome teamwork, we were able to dispatch this Klarg and catch one of his remaining men. And that's where we leave you.
Well, you guys are in the cave. You have 1 live goblin, and you're a giant, meaty bear mouth.
Well, I was hoping we'd be able to keep the big one alive, just in case we had any questions about, where we can find this castle, but maybe the other one would know. I don't know, but I'm gonna look around quick just to see if there's anything of value. I'm gonna look at the big boss guy first, see if there's anything he has on him worth
Give
taking.
me an investigate. And if anybody else wants to search, throw me an investigation as well.
Okay.
I rolled a 17.
Ooh, natural 1.
I rolled a 5.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm a
Nope.
halfling, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, you can re-roll that.
Oh, not much better. A 6.
On the body of Klarg himself that you are searching, doesn't really have much. He has his weapon that I can't remember what I said it was last time, but whatever that was, he has that. There's not much on his body personally. Looking around this cavern, you do know that there seems to be, knowing that they had sort of ambushed Gundren and Sildar, you can also sort of see, it seems like they've been ambushing lots of passing carts. There's sort of lots of, captured stores and crates and boxes. Amongst these stores and crates and boxes, you do find a treasure chest in which there is 600 copper pieces, 110 silver pieces, 2 potions of healing,
Ooh.
and a small little jade statue of a frog with these 2 tiny little golden eyes.
Hey,
Well,
Troy, is that anyone you know?
Let me see. Is that a frog or is it a toad?
Well, it looks like a frog from here.
How do you tell the difference? They
Well,
all look the same to me.
With the economy the way it is, you can just look at them and then
With the economy the way it is.
The smile that Ty let out after asking what's the difference, I knew there was going to be something good coming.
Well, I have no problem if you want to take that, Traug, but I think we should try to divvy up those potions of healing. I don't think with our group we really... how's everyone feeling, by the way, after this little...
Yeah, is anyone... I can play you guys a little song, and I bet it'll make you feel better.
I will never turn down any of your music. So if you think you have something new or different or exciting that you want to lay on us, then by all means.
All right, let me get all ready here, and here you go. That's the extended version of my little song.
That's 100% longer than what it usually is. What's how much HP or whatever did we get off?
1d6.
Or do you roll that?
Sure.
And while he's playing his music, after I'm done searching the one body, is there anything in this room anything that looks like a map or anything that this group would have used to get to and from this castle, supposedly, that they know of?
What you had rolled a 17, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't notice anything. No maps. You do notice on a lot of the boxes and barrels there's a crest as well that has a blue lion.
Well, this must belong to a bar or a tavern, I think.
I think you're right.
Looking in some of these barrels or crates. Oh, Ty, I'm sorry, you were about to.
6 is what I got. So.
Ooh, very nice. All right. Is there anything in these barrels or crates that would be of interest to us?
Right. Also, did we bring old Dick Lips in with us when we came through?
Nah.
No,
Yeah,
we didn't.
he's at the wagon.
All right, I couldn't remember.
Inside the boxes and barrels and crates, you just find general supplies. There's rope, there's food, water, some beer.
All right. I should have asked this first. Do any of us recognize what this blue line symbolizes?
Roll me a history.
Arch, do you know what this is?
Bitch, I don't know shit.
I rolled a 12.
I rolled an 8.
The blue lion you would recognize as a logo of a company based out of Stillwell. They're called they're owned by a family called the Lion Shields. Basically, the Lion Shields just ship sort of finished goods to different settlements.
Well, we can talk to our guide and see if we want to take any of this stuff along with us for the ride. Maybe we can fetch an additional penny or something, get it to Phandalin. But we do have a friend in the other room if we want to go back. And, well, we got a person to rescue over there, too, I guess.
Right. Did anyone take any proof off of old Klarg there? Show that we killed the fucker.
Frog cut his head off at the end of the last session.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I got him right here.
All right.
I thought maybe he'd forgotten about that.
I did.
All right. Well, we should head back and talk to our little goblin holdout.
Sounds like a plan to me. Let's skip to it. Up to it, or I should say.
Right.
Still in brown bear form, I am just slowly dragging this lone goblin behind me.
Yeah, just unconscious as he's being sort of head bumping off
he's
the rocks
alive.
as you go down the stairs.
Mm.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Wait. I didn't realize that I forgot that we still had one that was here. Do we want to talk to him first?
Yeah, I grabbed his leg right before we ended.
That's right. Do we want to talk to him first before we go back to his friend, or?
Right, it might not be a bad idea just to see what we can learn.
You said there was water in one of these crates?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a little bit and splash it in the goblin's face.
Okay, you can come over, crack open a barrel, take sort of... it's been in this sort of dark, dank cave, so it's quite cold.
Mm-hmm.
He throws in his face and he sort of jolts awake. He's still sort of on still on his back with his leg up in Mooney's mouth.
Well, do you want to lead this one, Art? Or Traug?
Yeah, well.
You were pretty convincing. Or Mooney, if you want to. Oh, he's a fucking bear. That's right.
Right, he is a fucking bear. I think, Traug, why don't you take the lead on this one? I got some information out of the last one.
Give me 1 second. I need to. I'm feeling kind of a little sketchy right now. I need to check my internet keeps going in and out. So.
Here's what I found.
All right. Well, while he's thinking, because he's gonna really lay into you here. We killed all your friends. Looking around, see that. We spared you because we're nice folk like that. But we're hoping maybe you have a little bit of information for us. Make your continued existence worthwhile. Do you speak common?
He sort of just looks at you, kind of confused.
Do any of us speak goblin?
No, I don't speak this thing's language. But you know what the universal language is?
Pain.
Exactly. So if we get to talking a little bit of that, maybe he might speak our language.
I'm going to ask him the same question. Well, I'm going to ask him in Elvish if he speaks Elvish.
Yeah, he just kind of looks at you confused. He says something in Goblin, but you don't can't understand.
I'm gonna lean in close and kind of broken because I don't know it very well, but technically I'm proficient. I'm gonna speak and ask a similar question in Abyssal.
He says something else in Goblin that you don't understand, and he starts looking quite nervous when you speak to him in Abyssal. Doesn't seem like he understands, but Abyssal's kind of a not a nice language, which he sort of picks up on.
Yeah, there's like flickers of red in my eyes. Well, so what you're saying to us is that you're worthless then? Is that right?
I'm going to knock an arrow.
He sees you nodding, and he also kind of nods his head and says something.
Yeah, right.
I just want to walk up and just punch him, unarmed, so it does 0 damage. But just
Just
As he's laying on his back, you just walk up and clock him in the face. You see one of his teeth sort of comes loose and drops out of his mouth.
listen. We've done. I'm talking to the group now. We've done some kind of shitty things thus far in this little journey of ours. I've done shitty things. Archie's done shitty things. Krog, you've done shitty things. I'm going to turn to the bear, Mooney. Mooney, we're going to leave this one up to you. I'm assuming you can understand me. In whatever way you would like to proceed with all this, I think that you should be the one to make the decision.
have we tried having Mooney talk to him as a bear? Maybe he speaks bear.
I'm going to slowly... at first I dropped his leg. I'm going to pick it back up again and drag him over to the pit above where the wolves are.
I knew you were going to do that.
And just hang him over, just holding on to his one leg.
Okay, he's sort of dangling there upside down, screaming.
I'm going to look back over again, see if you guys have anything else. If not, I open my jaw.
You hear as this goblin drops this chimney. It's about 10 to 15 feet deep. A short scream. A sort of thickening thud. And the screaming stops.
All right. Well, you're part of the gang now. That was the initiation. Kill someone in cold blood. So we're definitely not heroes. We're not. All right. Let's go into the other room, and the other one could at least speak some common. So maybe we can have a more fruitful conversation with him.
Right.
How are we feeling with him before we go into that room? Is he one that we plan on leaving alive, or do we want to play it by ear? Because I don't see like the attacks on the road stopping if we let him
Right.
in.
Now, I plan on taking that one out as soon as we can get that seal door a little bit away from him. Well, I figure I'll just throw a couple arrows in his face.
All right. Yeah, I can always do Eldritch Blast too. So between the two of us, ranged, I think we're. Trog, we're gonna let you do the talking though, because you seem to be the most convincing of us.
Let's go over and talk to him.
All right.
Okay, so you guys can make your way back to the sort of goblin common area, barracks, whatever you call them. As you guys walk in, you can sort of see. It almost looks like the goblin was sort of snoozing against the wall, but as soon as he sees you guys come in, he sort of jumps back up to attention. Knife is back at the human's sort of side as he's sort of crouching behind him as you guys enter this cavern.
What time of day is it?
Oh, good question. I kind of forget. You guys left around... You guys would have left in the morning and gone for about half a day of traveling. So let's put it around maybe 1 or 2 p.m.
Okay.
I'd like to use my naturally stealthy and try to hide behind Derek's big bear form.
Roll a stealth for me.
That is a 18.
This guy is dumb as a sack of rocks, so it's probably not going to go well for him. Okay, so the 4 of you can sort of come into this cavern. And again, he's sort of crouching behind this vaguely half-conscious, almost delirious sort of human. He looks fairly beaten up, bullied, with the knife sort of against him.
Hey there, little fella. Hey, we got your friend here. I'm gonna lift up the head. So, it looks like you're the boss now.
With Klarg dead, now me, boss of Kragmaw Cave.
Yep, you're the boss. So, what do you say, boss? Why don't you let go of our little friend right there? A deal's a deal, you know? You want to be honorable, don't you? You know, be a good boss. You don't want to be like one of the shitty ones like this guy here. I mean, look what happened to him. You don't want another people, come around and do that to you, do you?
Of course I honor you. Ymeek is the most honorable of all goblins.
What is his name? What is his name? Ymeek?
Ymeek.
Anemic.
Ymeek. You can call him Ymeek if you want.
Well, we're not going to be calling him anything here in a few minutes.
First, you all drop weapons.
I mean, if you really want us to, I can put my knife like right here. As you see, it's a pretty big knife. If you have a knife, it's bigger than your knife. It's probably the biggest knife you could see here in this place. But my friends, the other one that's about my size, I don't know if he'd be. I don't know where he is, but I don't know if he'd be too keen about, letting go of his stuff. I don't even think he came with you. He might be back there just scouring some things. So I'll put my knife down.
He died. Just tell me he died. Your boss killed him.
He behind
All
the
right.
bear also can't fool Ymeek. He rolled a natural 20 on his perception.
Holy fuck.
I don't believe him, so I'm shaking my bare head no the entire time.
Ymeek honorable and perceptive.
All right, yeah, he's back there. So I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna pull out my great sword and just stick it in the ground in front of me. All right, I don't need it.
I'm gonna mimic that with my knife, since it's probably like the same size, relatively.
I'll set my bow on the ground and
just your hand reaches out from behind the bear.
from behind the bear, and then 2 daggers come out from either side of the bear, and they get set down.
I don't think your arms are that long.
No, they're
he
not.
moves one side and then he goes out.
Yeah, if I run to one side, run to the other, set the knife down. That was 2 daggers. Let that be noted.
I see you guys drop there. I think Ymeek's gonna sort of half push Sildar down this natural staircase, sort of crouching behind him the entire time. And he's gonna slowly make his way over here to this tunnel, keeping an eye on you guys. And he's gonna push Sildar forward and at the same time turn and run down the tunnel.
Is he within, like, can I see him running?
Yeah, would he would have had to cross in front of us.
Well, he's sort of keeping Sildar in between you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then once he gets sort of to the mouth of this cave, he pushes him forward. Like in your direction. And he's going to try and start taking off running down the cave.
I'm going to follow. I'm going to run after him. I'm just going to push Sildar to the side as I run off. No, I don't grab my weapon or anything. I'm just running right after him.
I was about to ask, am I able to get to the mouth of the cave and see, like, him before he, like, disappears?
How about we all roll initiative?
Okay.
We'll do it that way.
Fuck. 4.
Oh, he got a fucking 18. This goblin, man.
No.
16.
12.
7.
Okay. 7. Okay, so he'll go first. So we'll have it just start off at the beginning of this cave. So basically, he's going to use his dash action. And that's 30 feet. So it's going to be 5. Yeah, so basically, I mean, you can see where he is on the map, but he can basically get around the corner and basically to the mouth of the cave using his dash. And I believe that would have been Archie would be after the guy.
So I'm not able to get a clear line of sight on him?
If your movement speed is enough to get to the mouth of this part of the cave, you would be able to. But this section is also difficult terrain, so it'd take twice your movement speed to get through 10 feet instead of 5 feet. Oh, that's true. That part being difficult terrain means he's not quite out of the cave yet. He's back here.
Right, because my movement speed is 25.
You wouldn't be able to get quite around the corner yet.
Well, that sucks. All I want to do is one thing, and I can't do it. So
And it's murder.
it's murder.
Oh my God. I'm such a fucking idiot. I'm such a fucking... Guys, one of the spells that I had taken was Comprehend Languages when I had leveled up.
This motherfucker.
I just opened up my spells.
Literally 5 minutes ago. Anyway, Krag, you're up.
what's the human's name? Is
Sildar.
Sildar. I just want to go and just check on him. I'm not really too concerned about the goblin at the moment.
Okay, so yeah, you can go over and look at Sildar. He's pretty beat up. He's basically unconscious for the most part. Sort of bloody. Looks like he's been maybe tortured.
Okay, I'm just checking on him right now.
Mooney, then. Do you want to do anything with the goblin?
I'll make my way down to the water, but I'm not chasing, especially at the lowest initiative.
Alrighty. And Kib.
I am going to run in the direction that he was going. Can I see him with a 30 movement speed? I mean, it's difficult terrain, even if it's 15. Can I see him?
I think with 30, you can probably just barely get around the corner. I'm going to give him half cover.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to Eldritch Blast anyway.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, no. That is a 11.
Yeah, 11 doesn't quite make it. So you sort of... You're trying to run around the corner of this cave. You sort of try and shoot your Eldritch Blast around, but it just goes wide. You can't get quite a good angle on him. Back to the top of his turn, he's just going to keep running.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he's off the map at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Just pretty much just running out into the woods.
Well, so much for that one. But we can see maybe if this guy here has picked up any information. How's Sildar looking, by the way?
Sildar is a fairly tall, fairly athletic older man. You can maybe guess around 50s. Gray hair, gray beard. Pretty bruised and battered. Bleeding, unconscious.
My furry friend that's a bear. You got any of those berries? I don't know how it would work with you in your bear form, but
Well, Mooney, you don't have to be a bear anymore if you don't want to.
I will transition back into Furbolg form. Yes, Drog, I think I have just a few. And I'll hand 3 berries over.
you take a little bit of water and try to help him drink, and then hopefully once he kind of comes a little bit comes to, then I want to feed him the berries.
Okay, so yeah, with your help, you can get Sildar swallow some water. You're able to sort of help him, kind of massage his throat a bit, get the berries down. How much healing do those do, Derek?
It's only 1 point, but it fulfills food for a day.
Okay, so he swallows the berry, and he sort of his eyes sort of flutter. It sort of come into focus as he's looking up at you guys, sort of on his back.
I know we have plenty of questions for him, but I suggest maybe we carry him out and ask them in the company of our guide. With any luck, maybe Declan has taken care of the running goblin too. I don't know. I mean, he was standing right near the cave, so maybe we'll look out. I don't know.
Yeah, let's head on.
Well, not really at the cave. He's kind of out. He's out a little ways, but he was still maybe. But yeah, I guess carrying this guy in whatever ways we can, we're gonna start heading back to Declan.
Mr. Sildar, would you like me to carry?
Who are you people?
Well, we are the leftovers.
Well, at any rate, I guess thanks for getting me out of this place.
Well, we show up and the fight is over. There's nothing left except the ones who ran away and the one before that we let go. But besides that, there's nothing left over. All right, let's go.
So between the 4 of you, you guys are able to sort of support Sildar as you tread back the way you came, this time avoiding the pitfall that you had previously spotted no extra traps. And you sort of come back into view of the main road and the wagon where you see Declan sort of nervously sitting around, jumping at every sort of like rustling of the leaves. Quite nervously.
Did you get him?
That he basically falls out of the wagon.
We sent a goblin right to you. You take him out?
No, I didn't see any goblins.
Yeah, maybe next time. Hey, we weren't able to find your brother, but we did find his friend.
Oh my god, that's Sildar. What happened to him?
Yes, sir. We're going to try to get him into the back of the cart so he can sit down. Well, that's what we brought him back here. We're going to ask him together. So, I mean, you know your brother more than anyone, so I figured if you wanted to kind of take point asking these questions, then we can chime in where we think is necessary. I just want Ian to talk to himself.
You son of a bitch.
Do you need a roll, or can I set him down carefully?
You can set him down carefully.
Okay.
unless you want to throw him or something.
I kind of pictured it.
Natural one.
If I could throw him just into the seat.
You sort of drop him a bit more roughly than you had intended to do, and he sort of bounces and falls into the back of the wagon. Well, first of all, Sildar, what happened to you? You were with my brother, right? And Sildar sort of groggily looks up after being unceremoniously dumped into the back of the wagon. Says, yeah. Showed me a map he made. Said he finally found what he'd been looking for. And since I was planning on coming up to Phandalin anyway, I figured I'd accompany him. Right at this juncture, we got ambushed by the goblins. Never saw him coming. Knocked us out, took our stuff, dragged us off to that cave. And then Gundren will sort of look at you guys and say, well, you didn't see my brother in that cave, did you?
Sir, just a couple boxes with the crest of the lion shields, but we can get to that later. I don't think it's related.
Yeah, well, when you guys say that you hadn't seen Gundren, Sildar will kind of speak up a bit and say, well, I heard the goblins talking. I speak a little bit of goblin. Couldn't quite understand everything, but it seemed like they had orders from their king, their leader, to waylay Gundren specifically. Something about a black spider, I don't know. Couldn't quite make out what they were saying. Anyway, they wanted Gundren and the map, which they knew about, to be taken over. They took him out of the cave, and I haven't seen him since.
When you say their king, do you mean the one that we had fought in there, the bugbear-looking one, or are you talking about something else?
Not that one. Not Klarg.
Well,
Said their king lives up at Kragmaw Castle.
Just when you think you've taken the biggest dump you can, you turn around and find out there's an even larger pile of shit waiting out there for you.
Roy, do you know how to get to this there Kragmaw Castle?
No idea. Never heard of the place. But if you go up to Phandalin, someone up there might know.
The goblin who had you, I don't know if you were unconscious when we found you, but I don't know about before that. Did he give any indication that maybe he knew where this castle could be?
All I know is that it's somewhere northeast of here.
Well, Declan, I know that we weren't able to find your brother right away. We still want to. I'm thinking maybe we should get the supplies that are in the cave there, the stuff with the lion logo on it, take it up to Phandalin and drop it off there and ask around, see if we can maybe learn a little bit more info. What do you think?
I would appreciate that.
Well, that'll give
a lion logo on it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a blue lion that was on there.
Yeah, from the lion shields, I recognize the crest.
Aye, the Lion Shields have a trading post up in Phandalin. If you bring those supplies back to the Lion Shield coster up there. The master of the post's a good woman. I'm sure she'll pay you for the trouble of bringing her supplies back.
Well, we might as well. So, and that way too, we can get Sildar some actual medical attention because he does not look very great. No offense intended.
None taken.
Did you guys grab the boxes?
No, we're gonna go back in and grab them now. Hey, are any of us? Are any of y'all good at tracking? What is there snow on the ground here, Ian?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Well, I'm gonna head in and grab some boxes if any of y'all want to help.
I can come with.
Yeah, we're gonna go and get the crates.
Okay, so a few trips up and back. You guys can bring all the crates back out to the wagon and load them in. It's a bit of a tight squeeze now since Declan already was bringing supplies up to Phandalin, but you managed to sort of squeeze in all the crates and boxes with the Lion Shield crest that you can find.
Well, once the cart's loaded up, we're gonna head the rest of the way to town, I guess, or to the village. Something kind of at the back end of that fight we were having in there.
Right.
I felt a lot more powerful than I've ever felt. Like stronger, you know? And I'm not talking like the strength. I'm talking like the things that I can do, you know, the magic
Right.
stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I don't talk to the being or God or whatever it is that does this for me.
Right.
And part of it's great. I love it. But part of me is worried because I don't know exactly what he wants. And I'm worried that because he keeps giving me new things and new powers, that one day there's going to be a bill coming due. One day he's going to ask me to do something or tell me to do something. And I don't like handing something like that a blank check.
Right. Well, worst comes to worst, we've always gotten you out of trouble before. I think we can handle anything that comes with our way.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna pull a dagger and kind of like flip it up in the air.
We've fought like other thieves and thugs and goblins and shit. We haven't. But you can't stab a god, I don't think.
Right. Well, that is what we'll learn. Everything is an experience. I'm gonna like bop him on the nose with the handle.
All right. Well, yeah.
Can you reach his nose?
Yeah. I'm assuming it was sitting in a cart or whatever now.
Right.
Now, something kind of changing gears just a little bit, Arch. We're going to a castle, right? Like, if we get to where we're going and these goblins have a king, that's kind of like your specialty, right? You're like the king killer. That's what you say?
Yeah, that would be a positive there.
Hey, Declan, how long of a ride do we got before we get to Phandalin?
An hour or two.
Get to the Phandalin.
An hour or two? Archie, does an hour or two give you enough time to tell us about your exploits? Your king killing, the kind of the king killing variety?
Right.
Because I've heard you talk about it. I've heard you try to pick up girls talking about it. I've heard you talking to these guys about it, but I've never really heard like the details. And it's killing me.
Yeah, if we're going to a castle, going to kill a king, might as well hear it from the king killer, aka
the king killer.
Right. Well, I suppose if you would like me to regale you in a tale, completely unprompted, I suppose I can.
Yeah. Welcome to my fucking life.
See what I can do here. Well, let's see. There was a time back when I was still a a young halfling. I was still training underneath the man that taught me most everything I know. We had gotten a contract for a prince. He was the eldest son of an aging ruler somewhere near somewhere near I don't know, some fucking town. We were contracted by the second born son to take out the elder brother. So to do this, we waited till he was traveling to a ball. He was brought in with a company of about 5 men, his personal guards. Me and my teacher, we waited on either side of the road. As the cart came into view, we took out the horses first. Once the horses went down, it's kind of fucking hard to move a cart. We stormed the cart using the cover of night and took out the first 2 guards before they even had any lights on us. Once the lights came on, there was still 3 guards and the brother there to fight. The beauty of it is when you're using knives and bows against bigger gentlemen up close with swords, there's nothing they can do. So dispatched them. Then we, in my own theatrical way, gutted the older brother and stretched him out on top of the cart for the whole kingdom to see. And needless to say, now I am welcome in that small town with welcome arms because the younger brother is in fact the ruling party now.
So it's just the one. I was thinking I thought you said that there were multiple.
Right, that was just one story. I mean,
shit!
I'm not gonna fucking tell all of them.
That's all right. That's all right.
Blow my whole load in one fucking shot there, mate.
But just to make sure that we're understanding this correctly,
right?
You assassinated a king for a would-be king who ended up becoming king,
right?
And you weren't able to retire just off of what you had made doing that,
right? So, as you know, I had this fun little problem called alcoholism.
Let's not forget gambling.
Right, and the gambling, and right.
And the stealing.
Well, fuck you. Stealing doesn't cost money.
Yeah, right.
So, if we're just going to talk about how much of a shitty fucking person I am,
I apologize. I went too far.
Well, no. I just
No.
So many of our conversations have been about the ultimate goal of yours being retirement, and I just thought, bam, like that would be the job, and then you'd be done.
Right.
But I understand.
But when you're gripped in the claws of addiction, it's kind of hard to justify your actions. However, now that I am cleaner and no longer as much of an asshole, well, I'm still the same asshole, but
well, if it would make it easier, for you at all, I could bet you that you won't drink again. Would that be helpful? Would that, like, if I said, if you drink again, then I get money, does that make you not want to drink more?
Right. So I think I've pretty much got that one figured out. But if you want to have basically a blank check, like, when do I ever get paid? When I die, or when you die?
Well, we'll put a TBD on the end in there. But how about? Yeah, that sounds good. When whichever one of us dies.
I could write up this contract between you guys, and
are you like a notary?
Call it like insurance or something, and it could be on your life. So when one of you dies, then the other one gets all the money. And,
contingent upon him not drinking.
Right. Did we just become common law married?
Well, no, I'm not going to say everything. We'll say like a reasonable amount. Like we'll just say like one piece of platinum. One piece of platinum is what we'll wager.
All right. Well,
All right.
if that's the case, now that it's been an hour and we've approached the town, man, that was a quick hour.
Time flies when you're in a story.
Right.
You're an expert storyteller, aren't you?
All right.
I do what I can when you're ambushed by your so-called friend.
What? No, we're a group. You know, we gotta know about each other. And I wanted to know about your king killing chronicles. So I just I don't know. I'm looking forward to the other stories. We'll get to them. I'm sure in due time.
Right.
That's fucking cool story, by the way. I would love to get into a job like that. That's just, I mean, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So, and the fact that you have multiple stories like that, holy shit! All right. So, what does the town look like?
So you guys sort of come from this sort of rutted track as you come out of this wooded sort of hillside, and you can sort of start to see your first glimpse of the town of Phandalin. From what you can see as you're sort of bouncing along, it's maybe like, it's small. It's like maybe 40 to 50 simple log buildings, right? Some are built on stone foundations. There's old ruins, like crumbling stone walls covered in ivy, and like these sort of surround along the outside the newer houses and shops. So you can almost get the sense that this was probably a much bigger town in the centuries past, although it is no longer. And you go up, you sort of come up from this muddy, rutted track upon which most of the newer buildings are built next to. And it's into this sort of main street, if you could call it a main street. And the main street sort of climbs up towards this rather impressive manor. Well, it would have been impressive. It's ruined. It's basically a ruin now. But you can sort of see how at one time it was a very impressive old manor house. And as you're coming up, you can see children playing. There's townsfolk doing, their chores, going about their business. They sort of look at you as you go past, but as you go by, they all sort of go about their business. And you notice as you pull into town, Sildar seems much more relaxed once you've gotten to your destination. And yeah, that's the town of Phandalin.
As we're rolling through town, I'm just going to pull my diary out and I'm going to do a quick sketch of just kind of the houses and what the whole place looks like. And I rolled a 9 on a performance check, so it's not a very good drawing.
It's crude, but it's at least somewhat recognizable.
The jolts in the cart are kind of fucking
It's not a smooth road. It's not a smooth road. And as you pull into town, Sildar will sort of, like I said, he's much more at ease with typing and say, if you guys want, you can secure lodgings nearby. I'm told the local inn here is very quaint. That's where I'm going to go anyway.
Well, Sildar, we did save your life. I do feel the need to bring that up at the moment. Just saying, maybe we can get a discount, as in 100% taken off the cost of our rooms.
Well, I don't own the inn, so you have to bring that.
I meant discount as in you pay for it. That's cute, though.
We'll discuss that later. Let me rest first. I've had a bad day.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. I don't think I need to find you, but all right.
Well, if you want to ask around the inn, I'm sure there's plenty of people there could give you quite a lot of rumors. I might be able to point you in some sort of right direction.
Well, Declan, you had mentioned there was a spot where the lime shields hang out. Maybe we could drop this stuff off first and get a little bit of payment before we proceed with anything else.
Sure. And he'll sort of angle the cart, sort of go up another path, and you guys can pull up to the Lion Shield Coster. And as you pull up, it's sort of this modest trading post. And above the door, you see the same symbol It's a sign sort of shaped like a wooden shield and has a blue lion painted on it. And he'll sort of pull up, stop the cart right in front.
I'm gonna hop out of and just walk right into the place.
Okay, you walk right into the place.
I'll follow
I'm gonna-
behind.
Yeah, we'll be his entourage.
Okay, so you all following. Mooney, are you following in as well?
Yep. I'll be right
Okay,
behind.
so yeah, you all following. And you go in, and then it is a sort of market space. There's kind of a storeroom in the back. There are, weapons and armor hanging on the walls and in display cases. And as you go in, you spot a woman behind the counter. Human woman, maybe about 35 years old. Short, sort of bobbed black hair.
How is she on a scale 1 to 10?
How ugly.
How good looking she is.
How good looking. Let's roll
How
a D.
ugly. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being butt ugly. Yeah.
Let's roll a D10 and find out.
I'm already picturing Edna Mode. So she's oh, that's a 10 out of 10 for me.
The dice have spoken. She's an 8 out of 10.
But on the ugly scale.
Yeah, which scale?
This is actually
your
a
choice. Your choice.
For
Ugly or good looking, it's an 8. It's an 8 out of 10.
For Mooney, it's both, and he's happy with either.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing? Drog the Frog here. I just wanted to say, a little sky rat told me that you've been missing some stuff that didn't show up yet. And is that true?
You're a weird looking fella, aren't you? Yeah, it's true.
Hey, I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and you say weird, I say gorgeous. So
fair enough. Yeah, I've been missing a few shipments here and there. Been lots of banditry going around this area.
Well, I'm about to make your day, and say one of us here could probably make your night too. But if you take a look outside, we got a couple boxes that got you a little emblem on it. The blue pussycat you got. So
He looks at you a little bit suspiciously. So you're not part of the Red Brands, are you?
Is that the name of another bar?
yeah, is that he said?
Not a bar. Guessing you folks aren't from around here, right? Not seen you before.
I mean,
Well, maybe.
have you seen other people like me around here? Because if so, I want to go meet them. But
Fair point. I've not seen other people like you around.
Came across some goblins who were taking that stuff on our way up here. Saw the emblem and wanted to be good Samaritans. Well compensated. Good Samaritans.
I'll go take a look. She'll walk out. And when she sees Declan, she sort of relaxes a little bit. They give each other, they have a brief, short conversation, exchange hellos, etc., etc. Takes a look at the goods, comes back in. Says, yeah, they're mine. Goblins, you say?
yeah, that's what we said.
Well, I do appreciate you bringing my stuff back.
Did we happen to keep Klarg's head? Or did we throw that away?
You sort of threw it at
Yeah.
Ymeek when he was in the cave.
There was goblins, there was wolves, there was this other weird creature that I don't know. He was weird, so it wasn't like it was easy for us. It was quite dangerous, actually. You can talk to forget what his name is. The guy that's out there with Declan. He looks a little beat up.
Yeah.
He was a little messed up from one of those goblins. A couple of those goblins. He didn't really get into too many details, but I don't know if maybe like a little something like this might have happened. But he was pretty quiet about it. So you might not want to talk to him about it, actually. But hey,
Well, and the goblins there had talked about being part of a larger group, originating out of a castle or something to the northeast of here. We're talking about compensation.
It'd be called the Kragmaw.
We're not opposed to a compensation of information if that's something that you might have.
I know goblins live out here, but a goblin castle, never heard about that.
You know
Tell you
anything
what,
about
though,
a
I can give you 50
black
gold
spider?
for everything. Black spider. Never heard about that either.
Well, 50 gold. Does that strike y'all as being fair? I mean, how many boxes and stuff did we bring back?
Right, you do mean that 50
Seriously.
gold apiece, right?
50 total. Any more than that, and you might as well just keep the goods. Not going to make any money on them.
What are the goods?
It's just, like I said, various sort of adventuring supplies, rope and some water and a bit of food and maybe some raw materials.
What else do I see inside the Blue Lion? I walked inside, but I have not been paying any attention. I've just been looking around whatever items she has stored.
The name of the place is not the Blue Lion. The name of the place is the Lion Shield Coster. It just had an emblem of a blue lion
Gotcha, okay.
on a shield. There's weapons inside, swords, maces, not many, but there are weapons. There's sort of farming tools, implements. There's some armor, leather armor, some chain armor, chainmail. Like I said, the lion shield basically shipped finished goods to these trading posts in smaller settlements.
Well, why don't we? You think we can make it 60 instead? That way, it can be evenly split among the four of us. Otherwise, it just gets kind of awkward. And 15 gold apiece, Jesse.
Yeah, I guess I can do 60.
Well, much obliged. And is there anyone in town that you would recommend we ask these questions of? The one that we brought up with you?
Check out the inn. Check out Ymeek Orchard. Darren Ymeek heard he used to be an old adventurer as well. He might have some information. Retired now.
What was that name?
Ymeek Orchard. And the name of the person was Darren Ymeek.
Well, we appreciate the information and the goals. Where can we find the Ymeek Orchard? Is that here in town?
Sort of on the outskirts of town a bit. He's the guy with all the apple trees.
Oh, yeah, we appreciate all the information.
We appreciate
the offer still stands about we made you day, we can make you night. So just you know where to find us.
I'll make your whole week.
Well,
I've never slept with a frog before, but fortunately married.
Well, let's head over to the inn maybe and get ourselves a room. Then we can head over to this orchard after we get rid of Sildar.
Right, we can talk to the innkeeper while we're there. See if we can get any information out of him.
Yeah, sorry, boys. One more stop first. I've got to drop off the provisions I was originally meant to be bringing anyway.
That's right. We have an additional payment coming from you, right? For that help?
Right.
We established that? All right.
I forget how much I offered you guys, but I think it was 40 total. So we're going to go with that maybe and retcon it later if we have to.
No, 40 is acceptable.
So he's going to, again, drive the cart. You'll pull up into sort of another trading post. A bit bigger than the one before. A sort of a sign hanging across the entrance. It's called Barthen's Provisions. And Declan will pull the cart up. He'll jump off and enter the trading post. And he's in there for a few minutes and comes back out with someone following him, a human. This guy's quite lean, a bit more than middle age, maybe about 55, balding. Another human man. He'll sort of, wave at you guys, give a friendly hello. Declan and this guy, whose name you can assume is Barthen, since it's Barthen's Provisions, will start, unloading.
You need help? Yeah, we're going to assist. Or I'm going to assist, at least carrying that stuff inside.
Yeah, if you boys don't mind, you could use a bit of help here.
Yes, sir. Hey, getting the stuff here was part of the job, so getting it indoors is just part of it.
And I do appreciate it.
If I get any time with just if I'm near this this guy at all, the barkeep or the owner of this place, how much are you paying Declan to get all this stuff out here?
I don't think it would be fair to divulge private business information to third parties without the consent
Oh, third.
of my business partner.
I understand. I'm just asking as someone who was intimately involved in trucking these goods from Port A to Port B, trying to make sure we're not getting gypped and all. But I appreciate your discretion nonetheless.
Declan's a fair person.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, good.
14.
Seems like he's telling the truth. Okay, and you guys, get all the boxes out, blah, blah, blah. They're all taken care of. The shop owners sort of, hanging out around, talking to Declan a bit, saying, it's like, Declan's explaining about his brother, blah, blah. He says, well, I do hope you boys can help find Gundren. He's a good friend of mine. If you guys need any help with anything, just let me know.
Well,
I'll do what I can.
There might be something you can help with. I'm just going to ask same thing I'd asked the previous person. Like, do you know anything about the supposed castle to the northeast, the goblins that might reside there, anything about a black spider, anything like that?
And you get most of the same information from this guy.
Yeah.
Not heard of a Kragmaw castle, doesn't know it. You do get the sense of him talking to Declan trouble within the community locally. He's complaining about this group called the Red Brands. And, Declan's kind of sympathetically, nodding his head, et cetera.
Well, that's the same place that the lady at the other place had mentioned. So we're going to have to be on the lookout for them. What kind of problems are they causing?
They're just a group of thugs. Making trouble, shaking down the local businesses. For all I know, they're the guys behind all the banditry going on as well. Can't say for sure, but they're troublemakers.
Maybe if they're working with the goblins, that might very well be true. But all right, well, we'll keep an eye out for them. Thank you for the heads up.
They tend to hang around the Sleeping Giant Tap House. I'd steer clear there if I were you.
You say that there's a tap house? Where
used to be before they took it over.
Explicitly tells us not to go.
Could you point us in the direction of this fine establishment?
Yes.
Well, just so we know where to avoid.
Yeah, exactly. What do you say?
Right here. This is the place you definitely should not go. Ah, shit, I can't make the circle for some reason. There it is. There it is. The red building, yeah. This place right here. Definitely should not go there.
Like my friend said, we appreciate all the information that you can provide, and we'll be sure to stay clear of there.
Good luck, friends.
And if we're back in the wagon, do we all want to go to the inn next if we're done with everything else, or in the interest of time, do we want to kind of split up and half of us can go to the orchard while the other half talk to the tavern keep and get us rooms?
Right, that might be a bad idea.
All right. I figured. I mean, I've been out with Mooney already. Arch, you and I have been out a million times, and you and Trog have been out. But Trog, you and I, we haven't really seen how well we pair with one another. Do you think that maybe we should go to the orchard, maybe, and let our friends here go to the inn?
I think we might be better off going to the orchard. I think Mooney, my furry friend, and my buddy Archie, I think they can handle the inn, especially if our other friend that we helped is willing to pay the way.
Yeah, which he's gonna do, right? Nodding over at Sildar.
I might as well pay you now, so you each get your fair share. And Declan will pass out the 40 gold that he promised you guys.
Right. Well, and we appreciate that, Declan. You 10 each. We appreciate you, living up to your fair share. But Sildar, you were not part of this initial agreement. You just happened to be someone we saved along the way. So I don't know. All debts thus far have been paid except for yours.
Look, you're not going to shake me down while I'm half dead. Just, if you're going to try and shake me down, just kill me now and put me.
I mean, that could be arranged if you want.
Yeah, now,
you do not know who you're talking to.
yeah, kid, let's tone it down a little bit. Hey.
I'm sure it could be arranged. Let me get some sleep.
All right,
Yeah,
we're gonna let you two. We're gonna let you two take care of it, Archie and Mooney, because it is what it is. But I don't know. I kind of feel like apple shop. I don't know about you, Trog. If we just want to start heading that way.
It's been quite some time since I had an apple. It's been when I was in that one place, they had a lot of apples and they were really good. So I'll compare these apples with those apples.
What place?
It was that one place that I was at.
That place, this place.
Yeah, that place. You guys remember, right?
Quick, tell us about it for an hour.
Trog and I are gonna.
It takes an hour to get to the inn.
We'll see you guys back there then. Once we can.
Kid and Trog will hop out of the cart and go sauntering off in the direction of the orchard. While Declan, Sildar, Mooney, and Archie, you guys remain in the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Makes its way sort of back towards the main road. We'll do the inn first, I think. So you guys pull up to the Stonehill Inn. It's a fairly large, looks pretty new. As with the other buildings, it's made of this sort of rough cut timber and field stones. And as you enter the common room, the four of you go to people, having various drinks. At this point, it's probably around 4-ish p.m. 4 or 5 p.m. So there's people in there having drinks, having a good time. They sort of eye the four of you curiously as you walk in. Declan's a little bit known within the town as he visits once in a while. But they are looking at the other three of you a little bit curiously.
All right. I'd like to walk up to the barkeep, the innkeeper.
They walk to the innkeep. He's this pretty short, not as short as you, but maybe like 5'4", young human.
All right. Excuse me, young man. Well, I'd like to procure a couple rooms for me and me mates over here.
Well, absolutely. How many rooms do you need?
We're definitely going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them. I think would be ideal. But how much would that cost? We're not opposed to doubling up if we have to.
It just so happens I've got 6 rooms available. 10 silver each.
10 silver each. All right. Well, I think we can swing that.
They're all yours. And he'll drop sort of a handful of keys into your hand.
Okay. So that's what, 6 gold then? 10 silver is...
Is 10 silver 1 gold? Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 6 gold total.
All right. I'll hand over the 6 gold for now. We'll worry about strong arming Sildar later.
Well, before you do that, I'm going to slowly make my way up as the patrons are staring. As you're about to pay, I'm going to open my satchel up. Archie, please take whatever you need. I am not a fan of these coins. I have a decent amount now, and I don't want them. I do not like to count.
All right. Well, I'll reach in and just take a handful. What do I get?
How much gold do you have?
Whatever you just gave me. I had absolutely nothing before.
So that would have been 40. So you'd have gotten 10. You would have had 25 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
So I'm gonna
roll a d20.
Okay.
Archie.
That is 25 gold plus the copper plus the silver. I'm assuming
plus
we
the copper plus the silver. Yeah. I'll just do the gold for now because it makes it easier.
Mm-hmm.
So we're rolling for the gold.
Yeah, just roll for the gold.
So that was a 16.
Okay, you come out with a handful of 16 gold coins.
Enough to
All
pay
right.
for a room?
From Mooney's pouch.
Right. I think this will cover the room and maybe a little bit extra if we need it.
Great. Yes, just keep a hold of it.
All right, I'll do that. I'll slip the remaining 10 gold in my pocket, set 6 gold on the counter.
Innkeeper sort of slip it up, stick it into his pocket, his little coin pouch. He said, drop some keys into your hand.
All right, before you go anywhere there, my friend, I'm going to set 2 more gold on the counter. All right, I was wondering if you had any information for me. I'm looking for a place called Carlbrand Castle. Mooney, do you remember the name of that fucking
that was in
place?
character.
I'm pretty sure it was the Kragmaw.
Right.
Kragmaw Castle.
That place.
Kragmaw Castle. Not ringing any bells. Could ask around the bar. Might find someone who knows. And since he didn't really give you any information, he'll sort of slide the 2 gold pieces back to you.
All right, I'll take my 2 gold pieces.
Sir, do you know the Black Spider?
The person?
Yes.
Never heard of anyone called the Black Spider before. I really like the way you said yes.
I didn't know what to answer.
All right, I'm going to look about the bar. Is there anyone that looks like they're particularly adventurous?
Looking around the bar, you see there's 1 or 2 barmaids walking around. You see what looks to be an old farmer sitting in the corner, sort of having a beer after a hard day's work. There's some miners. After all, this used to be quite a popular mining town. There are still miners who live in Phandalin and who can still sort of eke out a living as prospectors. So there are some small groups of miners in the inn. The innkeeper's wife is sort of walking around.
Archie, would you like to sit down for a minute? Or is there something you'd like to do?
Oh, I think it might be beneficial to talk to a few of the locals around here, see if we can't get any information before we do any sitting. However, my friend, if you'd like to sit down and take a load off, you're more than welcome to.
I will follow you. Before we go, Mr. Barkeep, could I have 1 ale?
Absolutely. That'll be 50 copper, please.
Oh, no. Okay. I reach in my satchel and just hand over whatever's there. You count.
So you dump your satchel out, and coins sort of go rolling off in every direction. I don't know exactly how much you have, but it's more than 50 copper.
Archie, would you like anything?
Oh, I'll be all right. Thank you very much. So,
Sort of not knowing what to do, he'll count out 50 copper pieces and sort of slide the rest back to you,
Okay.
as well as a mug of ale.
Like a mom putting everything back in her purse, I just open my satchel and just slowly move my arms. Carrying my ale. I am ready, Archie.
all right. Well, I'd like to approach the old farmer and kind of have a seat. Say, excuse me there, old timer. I was wondering if I could pick your brain for any local legends regarding the Kragmaw Castle or any other goblin activity you might have heard of in the countryside.
Kragmaw Castle, huh?
Yeah.
Never heard of a place like that. There's been goblins around here as long as I can remember. I've been here a long time.
Right, I can tell that. Just wondering, do you know where these goblins live? Or are they just kind of fucking running around all willy-nilly like?
They've been running around willy-nilly like, as far as I can tell. I tell you what, though, I saw Sister Garel. You know, she's the nice young lady who oversees the shrine in town. She left town a few days ago, and when she came back, seemed pretty hurt and exhausted. Maybe you can talk to her. She might know something.
Right. You said her name was Sister Grail.
Sister Grail, that's right.
All right. Well, I'll thank you, my friend. And I'm going to reach in my pocket. I'll pull out one silver piece and set it on the bar.
Well, thank you kindly, young man.
Absolutely. Have one on me. And I'll turn to Mooney and say, well, I think we might have a lead. You'd like to clean up it all? Well, I think we're heading to church.
Oh, wonderful. I will finish my ale. Just quick down it. And I want to follow what Archie did. I thought it was nice of him, and I'm just reach into my satchel, and I'm just gonna lay down in front of the farmer. Thank you for your help.
How much?
Let's see. 3 gold.
So we're never gonna give Mooney money ever again.
Nope.
You put 3 gold down on the counter, and the farmer sort of just looks up at you.
I'm just smiling.
Thank you, young big man.
Oh, thank you. And then
Okay, let's switch over to. I'm not saying if you want to do something else.
Oh no, I was gonna say you can get to them first. I was gonna say conversation before we get to the shrine.
Kid and Frog.
So speaking of conversation,
yes,
we were thinking on our way over there, because it's like a little bit of a walk, right? Just to get across town.
Cross town, yeah.
Hey, Trog, just because we haven't talked about it too much, were you in your town when you got taken? Before?
Oh no. My town's it's way out elsewhere. I was in a different town when I got taken.
That's
I was
right.
just kind of hanging out, playing a little ditty, playing a little song.
Mm-hmm.
I was, singing about my buddy Jack and his girlfriend Diane. But no, I wasn't in my town. I haven't been in my town in many years.
Hey, have you been traveling that whole time? Like just going from place to place, or the town that you got taken from? Is that where you spent most of your time?
I've been going from place to place, wherever, my muse it takes me. It all depends, people, wherever I go, I know everyone always loves me, so I just, once I get tired of them, then, I like to get a little change of scenery. I like to meet as many people as I can.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, I think. Is there a particular place that you visited that kind of sticks out in memory, like a place that you like more than other places, or?
I mean, obviously, the place that sticks out the most is where I grew up. Isn't exactly like a town or a place or a village or anything else that really stands out, but my hometown, it was just I had my papa. He was all right. He was nice to me at times, but other times he was not so nice. As many father figures can be.
Yeah, they can be real assholes.
Yeah.
Hey, you're saying was though? Did your father pass?
No. Well, I don't know now, but it's just been some years. I haven't really talked to him, so.
Do you ever want to go back? Think about going home for at least a little bit, visit?
Well, you see, if I go home, and I probably won't be, I don't know if I'd be able to leave again. Because once I go back, then, parents, they always want you to, help out and do stuff, and, then I gotta do things around the house. I like to go out and do my own thing,
Yeah, no, I can respect that. But I mean, we're happy to have you with us. I was just curious. I mean, I've done a little bit of traveling, but most of my life I've been in the cities. So I mean, I feel like I haven't seen as much as other people. So I was just curious. Man, those are some nice looking apple trees.
Here they are.
So you guys can come up the orchard's sort of kind of on the outside of town a bit. I mean, not like far outside of town, but as you go up the road towards the orchard, you can see it's just a tidy little cottage, 1 story, next to this orchard, and you do see out amongst the trees, bent down, working a bit, what looks to be a very fit, silver-haired. Can't really tell how old he is, being an elf and all. Well, a half elf anyway. But he's out amongst the trees, sort of, finishing up his day's work in the orchard.
Greetings be upon you, friend. I'm going to say it in Elven.
Hearing the Elvish, he'll glance up
Hey,
and
guess
reply
what
to
I'm
you the
having
same in
today?
Elvish.
Hey,
And
guess
you
what
choose, sir.
I was just gonna say in Grung. I want to say, how you doing?
He'll glance at you with his head cocked to the side.
You're Darren?
It's Friday, baby. Fuck. Yeah,
And?
it's the weekend, baby. Fuck. Yeah.
We were told we can come out this way if we had questions regarding a certain castle to the northeast of here. We were told you
Sure.
spent a good deal adventuring, exploring these mountains. I'm saying all this in Elven.
Well, I spent a good deal adventuring, not these mountains. This is my retirement home, you see. If you're looking for castles, there's plenty to check out, I'm sure.
Do you mind if we come in for a little bit and just talk to you if you're not too busy? That is.
I'm just about to finish up my day's work. You're more than welcome to join me.
Yeah. Is there anything that we can do to help you get things done a little bit quicker? I'm speaking in common now.
Well, why don't you just help me carry some of those baskets? And there's some baskets and apples, some wicker baskets, sort of.
All right. I'm gonna go over and grab some.
And he'll lead you to the cottage. Go inside. It's only like 3 rooms. It's got the sort of a common, sort of living room-ish area. A small kitchen, bedroom off to the side. Very small one-story cottage. And he'll go to sort of the main table in the living room area and sit down. Have a seat. I'll try to help you as best I can.
Well, see, we're a group that's been tasked with tracking someone down. It's someone that you might know, Gundren. He's the brother of Declan, who visits the town every once in a while. He was taken. I guess him and a friend were attacked by some goblins and led up to this castle, Kragmaw Castle, if that rings any bells. We were told maybe you would have a lead on that.
I don't know much about anything called Kragmaw Castle, unfortunately. I know the two brothers you're talking about. The one who's always going on about finding mines and whatnot. But the castle, I'm afraid I don't know any specific information about that. I've been a bit more concerned about the local going-ons in town.
Yeah, we were told the red brands, right?
Yeah,
That's
the
them.
guys that like to hang out in the tap room that we're not supposed to go near.
Yeah, the sleeping giant. We actually
Sleeping Giant.
were thinking maybe swinging by and talking to those folks also, just to see maybe if they had a lead on things. But that said, I mean, you said no specific information, but is there any something to the northeast? Does that any foundations, structures, anything that you've seen, even at a distance? Does it ring any bells?
In the northeast, I don't know if it's related to what you're looking for, but there are some stories I've heard from some of the prospectors around here. Up in the northeast, there's some ruins called, locally known as the Old Owl Well. Some of the local prospectors have been making some rumblings that they've seen someone digging up around those ruins. Some
Wouldn't happen to have
undead
a-
sightings as well.
Well, shit. You wouldn't happen to have a map or anything of any of this, would you?
I can point you in the right direction.
Yeah, that would be much obliged. Do we have a map?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, DM?
You have a map of the town. Not so much a map of the area. I can make you a map of the area.
This character can, or like you as a DM?
Both.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I mean, we'd be happy to pay you for your work.
Nah, no payment needed. I mean, this is going to be a crude map, but it should get you to where you're going.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I'm gonna look over to Trog. Do you have anything extra for our friend here?
I do got a question. You mentioned there was undead sightings.
But the prospector said.
Now, how recent have they been talking about this? I mean, is this like an old folklore that they're talking about, or like is like Johnny down the block? He just saw like some zombie dude walking around, just like yesterday.
As of a few days ago, when I visited the inn, that they brought it up.
Oh, any idea where this prospector could be now? You hear the account from him firsthand?
Well, I saw him at the inn. It's as good a place to check as any.
What's his name?
Didn't catch his name. Just went in for my drink. Could hear him talking at the table next to me.
Can we get a description, maybe, just in case we see him?
Yeah.
Well, he's about my height. Human. Short brown hair. Wore eyeglasses.
Is he older, or is he I'm gonna look over at Trog and then back. Is he a minor?
I'd pin him about mid-20s. A younger fella. I put my sword down. I'd go investigate myself, but put my sword down a long time ago. I'm happy to live a quiet life now.
Well, it seems like you're a staple of the community here, so, I mean, you went from one adventure to another, it seems. So that's the way to do it. As a matter of fact, do you have any tips? A friend of mine has been looking into retiring from our life himself. Is there anything that you would, any kernels of wisdom or anything that I could bring back to him?
Well, I've never been much of the wise type. I'd say just find a quiet corner you can call your own, and happiness will follow from there.
It was a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for everything. It was good to see another elf, half elf, along my travels. Thank you. Saying Elvin.
Very well.
Saying Grung. Good to see you.
Okay, so as he stands up to sort of let you guys out, he will say, sort of as you're walking out, if you do end up going to the sleeping giant, just watch out for their leader, Glassstaff. Heard he's a real piece of work.
Glassstaff?
Yeah. Does he have a staff that's made of glass? Because, in my opinion, that's not a very good staff. It's got to be pretty brittle. If you try to hit someone with it, it's probably just going to shatter. It's going to get glass everywhere. If someone steps on it, they could die right away. I've seen that happen before.
It has been known to happen.
It has been known to happen. Never seen the guy. Wouldn't be my weapon of choice either.
Are they just normal thugs, or do they know magic? Like, what this group? What are they like?
The Glassstaff apparently does. It's a wizard, from what I hear.
Well, fuck. All right. Well, thank you for the information.
They also could be seen coming in and out of that old manor at the top of the hill over there.
How many are there? Do you know?
Couldn't say for sure. Maybe 20, 30.
Jesus. How big is this town?
It's about like 50 to 60 houses.
Okay. Whew, that's a sizable. Well, thank you for the information. And to Trog on our way out of there. So part of me was thinking maybe we could swing up there and have a chat, but if they know magic, I don't know how much just the two of us going is a good idea. I mean, if it was just a bunch of thugs we could bully around, that's one thing. But this is kind of it's in a wheelhouse I'm not quite comfortable with yet.
Yeah, I mean, I was originally thinking, I really could use like a nice ale or a nice beer, but so I thought about wandering up there and seeing what they got, but I am a little tired after our little adventure, so it might be worth it just to go back, maybe just get some of the ale that's at the inn, talk with some of the people that are there. I can get into one of my pots and then take a little nap. And then maybe tomorrow we can go and talk with old Glasswand or whatever the fuck his name was.
Well, I think that's a good idea, and we'll see what other information our friends have come by and kind of proceed at that point. But not that I want to get involved in the politics of a place like this, but there could be a good bit of money in it for us if we, liberate the town from their evil overlords, so to speak. But we can maybe discuss that as a group later.
Yeah, I think it could be worth our while. And I know you and Archie are always a big fan of coin, and I can always just put on a little bit of show to make a little bit of money. I'm quite amazing that way. But yeah, let's go.
We're gonna head back to the tavern then.
So you guys will come back to the tavern. Let's just say you guys are heading back to the tavern as Mooney and Archie are coming out. So you have a faithful meeting.
Hey, you guys going somewhere?
Yeah, we were actually about to head to the temple. It turns out that the sister in there, Sister Garl,
Sister Garel.
Sister Garel.
Sister Garl.
I can never tell if you're in character or not.
She may or may not have ran into our goblin friends and might be able to point us in a general direction.
Hey, when you guys were in there, I don't know who else you spoke to. Was there a prospector-looking man in there? He was human, brown hair, wearing glasses, mid-20s maybe.
Right. I imagine there probably was, but I'd be lying if I could tell you for certain. Why don't we pop back in there and see if he's still there?
Well, do you want us to come along with you when you talk to the sister, or how do you want to?
I mean, if you want to continue running the solo game, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, Kragmaw and I were just kind of commenting on how tired we were, and kind of in the interest of maybe having a drink. Maybe if we grab one, and if we find this prospector in here, maybe we can chat him up while you guys are doing your part. Hey, we have been hearing a lot about the red brands, though. We heard a little bit before from everyone, but it seems like everyone is like terrified of these people, and they're magic users. It seems like, or at least their leader is. So, just something to be aware of, because I don't know, it gets into some spooky shit. They're in the manor up there too, sounds of it. So that gives us two places to get clear.
Right. We won't go there, and we won't go to the tap house. We will not go there.
Right.
Yeah, we heard from the guy that there's some person there named, like, was it like Glassstick or something? He likes to do like the magic and stuff, so we definitely want to stay away from there for a little bit.
So, all right. Well, we'll head in and we'll see if we can find this prospector, and you guys take on your lead, and we'll just meet back in here. You guys get rooms, by the way? Y'all get rooms?
Right. And I'll hand each of them their key.
All right. Well, be safe out there. Steer clear of any red brands, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.
All right.
We're gonna head into the tavern.
Okay, so you two head into the tavern. As the other two head out of the tavern, we'll follow Archie and Mooney first as they make their way to the local shrine.
This is spectacular. I love this so much.
It's not much of a... They called it a temple. It's not really a temple. It's a small shrine built sort of from stones taken from nearby ruins.
I was going to ask, can I tell what the what god or goddess this shrine is devoted to.
Roll me a religion check.
That'd be a 14.
You can tell this shrine from the crest on it. It's sort of a. Let me just pull it up. So the crest on this shrine is a coin that's sort of split in half.
All right.
Seeing that crest, you know that this is a shrine to Pymora, the goddess of luck and good fortune.
All right, Mooney, you're ready to step in here and see what we can land?
More coins, but I guess.
All right, I'll knock on the door. Just kind of give it a knock.
So you knock on the shrine door, it opens, and you see this young elf in sort of these green robes, long blonde hair. Says, "May I help you?"
All right, is this Sister Gariel?
That's me.
Hello, my name is Archibald Swifthand III. I am here told that maybe you might be able to give me some information on something that I'm looking for. I'm searching for a castle. The Kragmaw
The
Castle?
Kragmaw Castle, Miss Geralt.
Kragmaw Castle. Can't say I've got any information about that.
Why are we even here?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I was told that you went off into the woods and came back all kind of fucked up. So what happened there?
Yeah, quick inspection. Does she look like injured at all?
Yeah.
Or is she healed by
It should
now?
look all fucked up.
Roll me an investigation.
Yep. That is a 15.
It's also a 15.
So you can see she's not like seriously injured or anything, but she's got some scrapes and some cuts and some bruises. When you mentioned that someone had pointed you towards her because of these reasons, so sort of like they'll sort of beckon you guys inside and close the door behind you and say, "Well, I can assure you this had nothing to do with goblins, but maybe you can help me with another matter."
Right. Well, I'll put it this way: we've got a lot of irons in our fire right now, but I suppose if it's along the way, maybe we can help you out. What's going on?
My superiors have asked me to persuade a banshee, Agatha, her name is, to divulge certain information. But as you can see, I've been somewhat unsuccessful in that.
Right. So you want us to
Maybe.
speak with a banshee?
Well, I think if you flatter her vanity a little bit, maybe give her a nice gift, maybe she'd be willing to speak with you. She certainly wasn't willing to speak with me.
That is where the injuries came from?
That you got it.
All right. Well, I suppose let us know where this fucking banshee likes to hang out, and we'll keep it in mind. But like I said, we're kind of fucking busy right now.
Is there any hope that she could give us any idea on these goblins or cave? If not, I agree. I don't see the point of talking.
Well, I can offer you a reward. And banshees know a lot of things. I can't say for certain, but there's a chance she'll be able to answer some extra questions.
Can I roll a quick insight check on her? Oh, nice. 14.
14.
What I'm looking for is she just trying to like lead us to the banshee? I don't see the exact point yet.
She hasn't told you the point, so with your insight check, you can see that maybe she's withholding some kind of information from you.
Okay.
All she said was she was trying to get the banshee to answer a question that her superiors had tried to persuade her, to do this thing.
Yes. Could I ask what question were you trying to get answered?
Well, this area used to be a long, long time ago part of an very ancient, very magical empire. My superiors believe that they might have left. One of the mages might have left a spell book behind, and they're hoping that the banshee will know where that spell book is.
And your superiors, do they come by often?
Once in a while.
Give me, could I have one name?
Of the superiors?
Yes.
Well, my direct superior is a woman named Harper.
And where could we find this, banshee exactly? Direction?
Banshee's in an old abandoned town named Coneyberry.
My favorite hot dogs.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I was just thinking of food back in my forest.
I can point you in the right direction.
Well, Archie, if, you're set, we can talk to the other guys first and head out, or...
Right. I think we should definitely discuss with the other guys before we go running into a fucking banshee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are kind of on a time sensitive thing. I don't imagine they're gonna hold on to fucking Grundle too long. They'll probably ship him off. Didn't they say they were selling him into slavery or something?
Yeah, good point.
Well, if you guys decide you want to help, just make sure you come back here first. I have a gift that you can give to the banshee.
All right. Well, we'll definitely keep it in mind. And sorry we couldn't help you, but you really can't fucking help us, so fuck off. And I'm gonna turn around and walk out the door.
She's a nun. Call a nun up.
And as I leave, I'll flip a gold coin. Like, I imagine there's some kind of like donation box somewhere.
A swear jar.
I swear.
Yeah. Nah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, following Archie, I like his charisma, the way he goes about things. So, I'll quick wave, fuck off, and I will toss another coin.
Roll me a dexterity check.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us, or just him?
Rips your dick off.
Just Mooney.
11.
11. You try, in the same sort of cool way that Archie flips the coin into the air, you try to emulate that. And it's not a bad attempt, but it sort of just gives a fuse.
And I will exit behind Archie.
Archie and Mooney are walking out of the temple. Kid and Trog, you are walking into the inn.
Well, I'm just going to quick look around the room. Do I see anyone matching the description of the prospect?
You do. He's sitting at a table with what look to be several other miners and prospectors. You know, that's like a table about four or five of them.
What are they drinking?
Beer. They all got mugs of ale.
Is there room
I'm going to go over.
You could squeeze in there.
I'm gonna look at the kid. Say, I think we need to do a little conversing with them. Maybe we should grab a drink for them. Do a little charming. I could play a little ditty, maybe if they want, and we'll see what information we can get from them.
You see, I already had a couple coins pulled out. Well, I was thinking the exact same thing for the drinks, and we wanted some anyway, so it kind of works out. So I'll grab those if you want to start walking over there now, or we can come over with the drinks.
I think that you're very very good, but it might be a little bit easier if I carry 2 drinks. Because there's 4 of them there, and there's 2 of us. So that means that there's 6. So that's like. You'd have to carry 6 at once. That'd be quite the challenge. So why don't we split, divide and conquer? I carry a couple, you carry a couple.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna go over to the bar. I'll pay. Don't worry about that.
Again, you see the same friendly innkeeper that Mooney and Archie had seen.
Evening, friend. We are interested in the most expensive, the most will get you fucked up drink that you have on your menu. Something that maybe preferably those fellas over there would enjoy.
Grinning a little slyly, he bends down behind the bar real quick, pulls out a flagon of some clear liquid. So this is your best bet, friends. Make you go blind before
right.
you realize it.
Is it just water?
He'll uncork it, and it very much smells like not water.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
My eyes start watering.
I've heard something like this, and maybe our friend Mooney might know something about it. I think what they call it, like the moonshine or something. Is that maybe Mooney might?
You're right on the money,
How
friend.
much?
That's exactly what they call it.
How much for enough to get the two of us and the four of them fucked up?
He'll pull out 6 shot glasses. I'll say I reckon about 2 or 3 of these will do it.
And how much coin?
Well, for each shot, that's going to put you about, for the 6 of them, I'll throw in a discount. 10 silver for the 6.
How much is it for the whole bottle?
Whole bottle's going to run you about 50, 60 gold. Or sorry, 50, 60 silver.
I tell you what. The kid, what do you say we just get the whole bottle, and then we have a little bit for ourselves and for our friends. Well, I guess for Mooney later on. It might be pretty funny with Mooney on this. Mooney and the moonshine. That sounds like a story to tell.
All right. Well, that sounds good for me. I'm going to pull out every single copper piece that I have, which is 150, and throw all of those on because I'm fucking paying for this shit in pennies. I don't care. Which was 150, and I'm going to pull out 27 of my silver pieces. So that's like 5 gold right there.
Yeah.
The equivalent. And all right, so now we have 45 to split between the two of us. All right. I'll put another 20 gold up front.
Yeah, I'll throw that towards it then too.
Well, there goes most of the money that we
not
made
gold.
today.
Silver, not gold, silver. I said gold by accident.
Oh, fuck yeah, okay. All right. That makes me feel so much better.
Yeah. No, it's
right.
40 silver.
Oh, fuck. I just removed everything off of my thing. That sucks. I'm just going to give him all my copper. I'm just going to give him all my copper because that should pay for
yeah, then you had 27
everything.
silver is what you said.
Yeah, so I'm going to keep my silver, and I'm just going to pay just with a shit ton of copper.
All right, he'll sigh a little bit as he sees you counting out a bunch of copper pieces, but he'll take the money. He'll pass you the bottle.
And then another
20 and then slide it over to him. Any troubles.
Thank you kindly.
Oh, and I do have a question. Our friends were in here earlier. They got us some rooms. Do you by chance have a pot, like a big pot, with like a cauldron or something that I could fill with water to put into my room?
You've got a spare one in the kitchen. You could
Perfect.
maybe use.
If you could do that, I greatly appreciate it. If I might be able to put on a little show here later, and then drinks always come flowing when Kragmaw the Frog starts to play the music. Everyone knows it. Let's do it.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Well, so we got all these drinks now. Actually, we just have a jug, right? And a bunch of shot glasses.
You have a jug and shot glasses.
All right. We're gonna walk over to the table, and I'm gonna set it on the table with a bunch of drinks. I'm gonna say.
And as you walk over, you notice they're already quite drunk.
That's fine. I'm gonna set it down. Are you pussies just drinking that shit all night, or you guys want something a little bit heavier?
You put it down. The conversation all stops as they turn to look at you, and they also start. They're like cheering.
I'm gonna start pouring out shot glasses, but I'm only doing like half a shot each because if they're fucked up anyway, I want to be able to understand them. So I'm gonna half a shot each, pass it around the table, grab a full one for me, full one for Trog. I'm Kid. This is one of my best friends here, Trog. and
Like a frog.
let's have these drinks. This is to new friends. I'm gonna drink.
They'll all follow along and do their shot.
It's turning
Right.
to goals.
Now, do you folks mind if we have a seat with y'all?
Leicester deficiency.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a seat and I'm gonna look over at Trog and just kind of nod.
So, my friends, I hope you guys are enjoying the beverages that we got. I've been hearing a couple little rumors here around town. If we could ask you guys a couple of questions, what do you say? Maybe I could play you a little song then later on.
Absolutely.
One answer gets you one shot, and I'm gonna start pouring still like half of a shot back into their glasses. But I'm gonna withhold the glasses now. I'm gonna pass it out when they answer.
What do you fellas want to know?
So we've been hearing that you've encountered some interesting things near the ruins. Is that true?
Damn right, it's true.
I'm gonna slide whoever answered. I'm gonna slide the half shot glass over.
Now
Grab it, kind of fumble a bit as some spills out. And
follow up. What'd you guys see?
well, I was out there prospecting out in the river there a few days ago. You know, just these sort of like mines, whatever you do to prospect, shaking his pan for like gold. And I look up and there's some dead fellow walking out of the trees.
I gotta look at the kid.
I'm hoping he doesn't notice, but I am reducing the amount of alcohol that I'm putting in each time.
Doesn't notice, but he'll take it and he'll drink it.
Yeah.
Now,
and I'm just gonna take the glass back.
how do you know this fellow is dead? I mean,
Well, I'd say usually if you're walking around with a big hole in your brain, you're probably not alive no more.
that's a fair statement.
I right before I pass that over, I'll ask the rest of the table because there's 3 other prospectors here, right? Do the rest of y'all work in the same area as him, or do you guys work somewhere else?
The other prospectors all will say various forms of like, oh, we've not seen anything like that.
Well, that was an answer, but it wasn't an answer to the question. What I'm asking is, you're aware of this area that he's speaking of? You know where it is?
Oh yeah, up at the old owl well.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna hand drinks over. I'm gonna feign like I'm drinking a shot with them, but it's pretty much empty.
They don't notice.
Yeah, it's all right. Now, if we ask y'all to draw us a map of where this is, or if y'all have one already, is that something that we maybe could get our hands on? Don't want to step on your territory. We're more interested in the dead folks that are up there. Want to keep it safe for y'all. Want to keep it safe for anyone else.
I don't think I'm in quite a state to draw you any maps, but if you go to Barthen's, I bet you he might have one of the area.
All right, and you could tell us on that map where you saw this thing, where these ruins are.
Yes, I can.
Trog, one of us come on over and grab a map. Do you want to rock, paper, scissors? Boulder, parchment, shears?
As much as I love that game, why don't you run over there? I'll play a little ditty for my friends here, and keep the place entertained. What do you say?
Ooh, I can actually get behind that. All right. Yeah, you do your thing. I'm gonna head over and I'll get us a map. We should have done that before, but we'll get that. So you're okay here? Yeah, you're okay
Well,
here. All right, I'm gonna go.
Fantastic.
And right before I leave through the door. Now, y'all don't drink all that while I'm gone. All right.
Wouldn't dream of it.
And I'm gonna run over to the store. This is the same guy. This is like the guy we're already at, right? The one that we dropped the goods off at.
Yeah, this is the second guy you had dropped the goods off to.
Yeah, right.
As soon as he leaves, I'm going to turn to the guys and be like, now it's time to have a little fun. And then I'm just going to pour everyone a half a shot.
Hey, they honest.
And then
They're
I'm
going to be fucking dead by the time I get back.
That's the longest song I ever played, and that was just for you guys.
I made it 3 steps out the door.
Yeah, just faintly as you're closing the door, you hear the song start to play.
A tear falls from my eye.
Yeah, tears falling from your eyes. Yeah, you can run back to Bartham's real quick. It's quite late. He's sort of closing up shop as you arrive. By this point, it's probably around 7-ish. Sun's going down.
Hey, sorry to bother you. We wanted to grab a map. Should have grabbed one before, but we're not going to be staying in town very long, I don't think. So can I pick one up before you close your doors?
Yeah. He'll go back in and grab a map for you.
How much?
Map's going to run you 15 silver pieces, sir.
15 silver pieces. All right. I hand him over 15, and I run back.
So that whole saga probably took about 15 minutes. Within those 15 minutes, Trog, how much alcohol have you given these miners?
Important security message. Your computer has been picked up. Your IP address.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. They're hacking.
Oh, no.
We're getting hacked.
Your IP address is all over the video. I hope you're happy.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
man.
Say goodbye to your cryptocurrency.
Jesus Christ. All my Bitcoins.
I'm going
my
to take them
douche.
all.
Your NFTs
I've lost all my-
fucked.
Yes. Someone downloaded my NFTs.
So can someone please explain to me what the fucking NFT is?
Money laundering.
Non-fungible token. We'll get to it later. It's an MLM. It's a marketing scheme.
Money
It's
laundering.
literally
Yes.
money laundering.
Ian
It's
is
literally
right.
money
Okay.
laundering.
Yes.
It's literally just like people paying for pictures on the internet, right?
It's a little bit more complicated, but basically, yeah.
Yes.
Layman's terms.
I fucking hate white people.
It was 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes.
3 more half shots for each of them.
Okay, could you open the door? And out of those 5 miners who were sitting at the table, 3 are sort of just passed out.
Dead.
Not dead, they're breathing, but
All right.
they are quite inebriated.
So there
And you
was 5
notice
miners, or there were 4?
Or sorry, the 4 miners, we'll say 2 of them are passed out.
Okay.
And you notice the alcohol is much more diminished than it was when you had left.
Jesus, Trog. Do they need that much to get through your music?
What was that?
Do they need that much to get through your music?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, but they
I
had a
said
wonderful
it
time.
twice. All right. I'm gonna run over with the map, just with your finger before you draw on anything. Where is this location?
Right about here. I know it'll be you could estimate maybe about like 30 miles northeast of the town.
All right. I'm gonna go to the other, still conscious prospector and ask him the same thing. Point to where it is.
Right about here. And
Do they point
it's
to the same
roughly the same area. Roughly the same area.
All right. I'm just going to do a little marking on the map with whatever I use to write my diary, and I'll tuck it away. Any landmarks that we need to be on the lookout for? Anything that we can use to find it once we get there?
Big old
Welcome.
ruined town. It's all ruins.
Whole town.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think our other friends will be getting here at some time in the near future. So if you folks want to hold off until they get here, we can maybe party a little bit more. Only one of them drinks.
Absolutely. Well, more the merrier. Say, if y'all are looking for some more work, I heard the town master's looking for somebody to run off a few orcs as well. Could maybe talk to him.
The town master.
Yes, sir.
What's his deal? Where can we find him?
Well, he's in the town master's hall, of course.
All right. Well, thank you for the information, dear friend. And what is your name, by the way?
My name's Lenar.
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 Well, Lenar, I'm Kid.
Puars.
This is the one with the brown hair and the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pleasure to meet you. I'm Kid. That's Trog. And yeah, we're gonna get fucked up as soon as our friends get back.
My pleasure. Okay, we'll switch back to the other two. You guys are leaving the shrine. Yeah, it's about 7 p.m.ish, so the sun's going down.
All right. All right, Mooney. Well, I definitely think we need to address this possible issue with the fellas before we go rushing headlong in. What do you say we head back to the old inn and see what they're up to?
Oh, yes, agreed. It is getting pretty dark out anyway. On the trip back, Archie, may I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for
it. Yes, I know we have not been the friendliest so far, but I was wondering, could we talk about drinking?
All right, absolutely.
So I know I had that ale a little bit earlier, and it made me feel good, better being around the other patrons. What I wanted to know is what made you stop?
All right. Well, the reason I stopped is because when I start, I can't stop. So, I just don't stop. It's something that's run through me family. Me father, my father's father, my father's father before that. All of them drunks. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Alcoholic assassins don't live very long. If I wanted to stay around, I had to change some things.
Was there a certain mission that called for this?
Not a certain mission, but a certain individual. I'll say it that way. And I'll walk on forward.
Okay. Thank you, Archie.
Anytime, man, Minnie.
And I'll follow behind just a few feet back.
And as soon as they get into the tavern, Kid is now several shots deep in the moonshine. And as he sees them enter, "What's up, bitches? Woo!"
Hey, Mooney, come over here, my furry friend. We got something that's gonna make you shine.
Oh,
look at how much fun we're having.
Okay, Mr. Frog, I will be there.
The miners are all over. The remaining conscious ones are all cheering as well.
So, my furry friend, they call this moonshine. So I thought of it just for you, that this would be perfect for you.
Moonshine. I like the name of it. It looks like water.
It does look like water, but trust me, I wouldn't want to bathe in it.
As water is the ether of life, so too is all the. And I just fucking
vomit on the table.
underneath. I could be. I'm classier than. You throw up on the floor.
Yeah, it's easier to clean it.
As I'm walking past the table, I'm gonna turn to the kid. So, did we find out anything about the castle? Because I'd say we've pretty much fucking struck out here.
Yeah, how was your any leads? Any how that all work out? Did you
I might have found us some more work, but right now I think we need to finish one task at a time.
they offered you more work too? It's like this place is chock full of work. It's a freaking job board. Everywhere we go, it's like we have this job for you. We have this. We could have just stayed here. We could have been here all along, Arch, and just making money left and right. Like, what are we even doing? Going from all these places and doing all these things. We could just do here all the jobs here.
All right. Well, I don't know. I haven't been here before. I didn't know this was going to be the fucking side quest hub. But
Well, to answer your question, yes, we got, and I'm just gonna like pat my left butt cheek, be like, we got, which is where the map is, but maybe you don't know that I put the map there. We got a bunch of stuff. We got a mark, and we know where we're heading. I'm gonna walk over and like try to put my hand on your shoulder, but like I'm missing. But then I am able to get it. I talked to someone.
No,
I talked
you
to
don't.
someone.
you don't. I'm just dipping. Like every time. I'm just,
That's all right. I talked to someone, and he said that you should find somewhere where you're happy, and then you'll be quiet.
all right. Well,
And that's the
on
secret.
that note, and that's the secret. All right, friend. Well, I think you two, well, four, we'll have a fucking many of you, should have a good
How
night.
much?
I'm gonna head up to my room now. Y'all enjoy yourself. And I'm gonna make my leave.
So, as Archie is leaving, I haven't taken a sip yet. I've just been looking at the moonshine. I stare at him going up the stairs. I look over at Trog, quick smile, and I fake a sip of the moonshine. Oh, that is much stronger. And I'll set it back down. Kid, question. On your map, did you see anything about a coney berry?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Does I?
so the road leading through Phandalin continues forward, and it passes through another smallish town on the map that says Coneybinger. So
Which
going
would-
towards the direction of Schleem.
But not in the direction of where this well is and the ruins of that other town.
No, so the ruins of the other town.
It's like 30
As far as
miles.
you can see on the map, there's no roads from Phandalin going there at all. It's sort of through the wilderness woods.
And where they had marked, was that to the northeast of where we are?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll pull the map out and unfold it. Real like ridiculously careful with each unfold. Yeah. It looks like it's right here. But this place that I marked up is where we should maybe go tomorrow, because I think that might be where we're heading to. What's in the this coney bars?
The coneyberry, Sister Gorel said there is a banshee named Agatha that lives in Coneyberry.
So we want to avoid that. Then, right?
Well, you see,
Want to go around?
here's the thing. I'm a little confused. She was really not much help. But she said that the banshee may help locate the goblins in the castle. Apparently she was not attacked by them. She was attacked by this banshee. Her superior sent her over, but I do not completely believe her.
She tried to talk to a banshee?
Apparently.
How does that work? Like, don't they just like try to kill you as soon as they see you? I mean, I've never interacted with one. Obviously, that's why I'm still alive. One of the reasons, but that just seems kind of off.
Yes,
Me?
she wasn't as injured as I imagined. I feel like the only way to talk is just to scream at the banshee. I don't know how she got
Well,
back so healthy.
I mean, it's on our way whenever we go to Schleem. So if that's something that maybe we want to pursue, we can do it. But right now, I mean, I feel like we have a lead without having to risk anything else.
Right.
What do you think?
See, I'm not too sure. We could check in the morning. She said that she had an item that may help us with the banshee. Maybe you could see what you think of her before we decide.
I mean, is it something valuable? You just take it and go. Just not even talk to the bank.
No, that could be
Pawn
true.
it off somewhere.
That could be true as well. She did not show us what it is.
Well, Frog, what do you think?
With what we've been doing, I'd say we do whatever you guys' hearts.
I look over. What's the color that just came out?
Rainbow.
Does a frog throw up look different?
Depends what you've been eating.
It's got little wing boys in it.
It's just a bunch of bugs, undigested bugs in it,
And some apples.
and some apples.
Well, that's good. That's good. Lennar, what are your thoughts? I agree.
Everybody in this city is useless.
He falls head first onto the table.
There's just a thump.
Just thump, yeah.
Now those are words of wisdom. I'm ready to turn in. I'm gonna start heading upstairs. But before I do, like on my way up to my room, I'm gonna pull a piece of paper out of my diary and with like completely shit faced and with a shaking hand, I'm just gonna write "I'm sorry" in big letters and tuck it in underneath Archie's door. And you don't know like if I drooled on it or what, but there are like little wet marks all over his page. Just, am I sloppy drunk? Was I crying? The world may never know. But there's
just like, some kind of wet on you.
A bit of both, I'd imagine.
And it's just I'm sorry, like a kid, like fucking like a child.
Backwards S's and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there were two.
So, my furry friend, I think if the bartender put my pot up in my room with my water, I think it's about time I go and put this frog to bed, if you know what I mean.
Oh, of course. Do you need any help?
I think I might be able to make it. Okay.
I will watch Trog as he goes to find his pot.
The Trog, you can go upstairs, and in one of the rooms there is in fact an old, a little bit rusty cauldron, but it is filled with water.
Swan diving in.
I don't go into my room. I'm gonna go outside, just find whatever hill is available with no house or anything, and I'm just gonna watch the moon till I fall asleep.
Yeah, you can wander around a little bit. There's sort of a farmhouse that's next to a hill, and you can sort of go on the hill close to this house and sort of just sit there and do your zen.
Mm.
I'm imagining in the middle of the night that a bunch of like the Red Brand people show up, and we have like a Clockwork Orange kind of thing where like they all just come up like and just beat the shit out of Derek in the middle of the night.
Now, why did you mention Derek specifically? You could have said Mooney.
No, it's Derek.
We're just gonna kick the shit out of Derek.
They just kick the shit out of Mooney, and they show up with like their little hats and fucking their staffs and shit,
Holding Mooney's
speaking in
head.
like cockney.
Yeah, let's do one quick bit of info when you guys wake up in the morning, just so I don't forget for the next session. It's morning time. You're all awake in your various places. Just to actually, since Derek, you went near the. We'll do you first. We'll do Mooney first. So you went to sleep near the farm. Sun comes up. It's very early in the morning, and when you wake up, you suddenly, not suddenly, but as you sort of come more into focus, there's a young boy sort of standing over you, just staring. Very curious. Doesn't say anything. Just looking at you.
Can I tell, has he just been staring at me while I've been sleeping?
He's sort of sitting down. You might be able to imagine he's been there for a bit of time.
Okay.
Just watching.
I'll slowly sit up on my butt. Good morning, young one. Can I help you?
Are you a monster?
I have been called that. I have also been called a friend.
Oh. You want to be my friend?
Oh, see, I am not sure. I am kind of old. I guess I can say yes for now, but I'm going to keep my distance. Do you need something, young man?
I went in a slightly different direction.
I'm old.
I'm old.
All of this just leads me to question whether like Mooney has an understanding of what pedophilia is, and if his tribe like had a problem with it. It's like, wait. I don't want people to. I don't want people to get the wrong idea.
Well, you want to come have breakfast?
Yes, I can. Can I invite friends or just me?
Where are your friends?
They are over in the inn.
My mom says I'm not allowed to go into the inn. That's where all the drunks go.
She is not wrong. You know what? I will.
Sort of grab your hand and start pulling you towards the farmhouse that's at the bottom of the hill.
He walks in and Chris Hansen is just sitting on a chair, waiting.
I think it's I think that would definitely be entrapment.
Oh, kid, you live here. Okay. I will slowly enter, I guess.
Okay. We'll leave it there for next session. Back to the other three.
What did you enter?
Are all awake.
Oh, the house.
Yeah, the farmhouse. So as you guys slowly wake up in the morning and filter downstairs, the innkeeper will say to you guys, your friend Sildar moved over to the townmaster's hall. He said he'd like to talk to you before you head out and do anything. Halia was also here. Halia Thornton. He's the guild master of the miners' exchange here in town. She also mentioned wanting to have a word with you guys. Stopped by this morning, but you weren't awake yet.
I'm sorry, this is too much. This is too much this early. My head. Where is Holly now?
Holly will be probably at the miners' exchange. He's the guild master there.
I would imagine he's probably pissed off because you fucking killed 5 of his men.
The miners don't work. The miners don't work for the exchange. They just bring in what they find, and that's measured there and weighed, and they get paid out.
Well, so is this like we're getting more jobs? This is what I'm talking about, Archie. This is what I was talking about last night. I think I said that last night.
Right.
Since the jobs come to us, we could Archie, you could retire here. Think about it. Down the road, you can get little jobs whenever you want. You can have an orchard.
God, I don't know if you're more annoying drunk or fucking hungover. I'm gonna pat him on the
morning.
body.
Good morning to you too.
Closest to me.
All right. Well, which one? Where do we want to go? I think we should just see Sildar for now.
Right. I think we should probably continue with the mission that we're on right now.
Right. Well, and I think I don't know. The miners we had talked to yesterday had mentioned the possibility of additional work, which I'm not interested in, but they wanted us to talk to the town master, or the guy who runs the joint. So that's where Sildar is. So we can, important guy, maybe learn a little bit, and then head out. Like, we won't get bogged down. We'll talk to who we need to, tell them we got other shit going on, and then we're just gonna go.
All right, sounds like a plan.
I think it sounds like a plan. Whatever we do, I think we got a lot of options, and you know what they say with a lot of options is you just gotta go with your gut. And I think we're making the right choice to do what we gotta do.
All right.
To the what is this place called? The Master's House? The Town Master's House? Town Master's Hall. All right. Where's Mooney? Should we wait for him, or should we just go? He's all right.
I have no idea. I don't know whether he made it to his bed or fucking. You know how he fucking wanders off whenever he gets all liquored up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna turn to the bartender that's down here. If our big friend comes downstairs or comes inside, just let him know that we stepped out for a couple minutes to have a conversation, and that we're gonna be back soon.
Will do.
All right. Thank you much.